Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be taking you guys through the entire process of how I doubled the size of my Midwest cage. So I've had my guinea pigs for about 5 to 6 months now, and I have kept them in a single Midwest sized cage. But I know that is the minimum, but I've been thinking that they would really appreciate some more running room, especially since they are not like, they're bonded, but they're not like best friends type of bonded. Like they don't really cuddle together or like groom each other or do any of that sort of stuff. And they seem to enjoy more having their own space. So I thought that having a larger cage would allow them to be in hides further away from each other and reduce some of the stress from interacting and some of the rumbling they do just by having a larger cage. So I decided that the easiest thing would just be to buy a second Midwest cage. I was originally going to use CNC grids and make a new chloroplast bottom, but when I did the math, it actually ended up being more expensive to buy enough grids to make this size cage and also buy enough sheets of chloroplast to make a bottom for the whole cage. Because the cage would be 8 feet long, one of the large sheets of chloroplast at Home Depot was simply not enough. I would have had to buy 2 sheets of chloroplast, which would be already $40 plus the cost of the grids. And buying a new Midwest cage, just the outside and the bottom, was only $50. So I just went ahead and did that because it was way cheaper than doing anything else. And that way I could just easily expand my cage. So this whole video is going to be exactly about how I did that. I actually had to rearrange my room in order to make the cage long like I wanted. So that's what you guys are about to see. I hope you enjoy it all. Just a quick disclaimer or something to note before we get into this video. Both my guinea pigs are recovering from hay pokes. So if any of their eyes look a little squinty, a little off, they are recovering from hay pokes. Peanut is at the end of her recovery, and I just found that Marshmallow had one today. So if you guys are interested in learning more about their hay pokes, that was my first health issue I have ever faced with them, and I did make a video about it, and I will link it up above in the iCard if you guys are interested in knowing more. And if you guys want to know what the cage looked like prior to this, my most recent cage tour was my Valentine's Day cage makeover, which you can also watch if you are interested in seeing a more in-depth before look at the cage. Yeah, but that's it. I hope you all enjoy. So this is what my room looked like beforehand, and as you can see, my bed is on the left and my cage is on the right, and I am planning to flip-flop this because the wall on the right was not long enough to have the cages going straight down it, but the wall on the left-hand side was. And as you can see in the right of this picture, I do have the 2 tables in an L shape. This is what I was originally planning on doing, but I really wanted that long place for them to run. And actually this table was just put here for this picture. Prior to this, I had my dresser in the right-hand corner over there, and I still have not found a good place for my dresser in my room, but I'm going to keep trying to find a place to put it. So you can see here that I have already moved my bed to the other side of the room. And now I am just taking the 2 tables, the one empty one and the one with the guinea pig cage, and I am moving them to the other wall. Here I am just setting up my new Midwest cage. I took off one of the grids at the end so that when I put it all together, there will not be a grid separating the two, and the guinea pigs will be able to run freely between the two. Now that I have removed the end grids from both my Midwest cages, I'm going to need to figure out a way to make these 2 pieces of the bottom tarp lay flat. So what I'm planning to do is to use duct tape and to cut the pieces of the bottom of the cage and lay them across each other and use duct tape to secure it. Unfortunately, I did run out of duct tape when I was making this video, but I do plan to go back and make the bottom extra secure. For right now, I am not too worried because I have a pretty secure P-pad covering the entire overlapping section in the middle. So you can see now just exactly how big this cage is, and now that I have cleaned it all out, it is all ready for me to set it up new for the piggies. All right, so now I am going to give a more in-depth tour of what the cage looks like both inside and underneath. As you can see, the cage is now where my bed used to be. So I have these lovely vines that were above my bed now above the cage. And honestly, I think it looks really great, but I do wish my bed still had vines above it. So I may buy some more and expand them into this other corner over here. But the first thing that I want to address is my underneath organization of my cage. I am still working to improve it, but as you can see, I have so much guinea pig stuff. I was able to fill up all the space underneath. So I have their box of Small Pets Selecte right here, and then I have my extra Oxbow pellets. These are the eye medications that both Peanut and Marshmallow are currently on to deal with their eye ulcers and hay poke. And then I have this box, which is just a giant box full of literally every type of guinea pig thing that I'm not currently using. I have houses, I have toys, I have hides, I have litter boxes, water bottles. It is just all in there and stowed away. And then I have my guinea pig trash can, which I just use for full cage cleans and for spot cleans. And then I have my handheld cordless vacuum that I use to spot clean the cage and also the floor around the tables in case any hay falls. And then over here I have a similar setup to what I had when I just had One Midwest. I have this little container which is full of like pee pads and blankets and like smaller items like that. Then this is new. I have a little box here filled with the litter I use in their litter box. This is the Yesterday's News paper-based pellets cat litter, and I like this really well. It's super easy to tell when it is soiled. It like crumbles and falls apart, and you can just scoop it up and put new scoops in. I have some bell pepper foraging mix, some vitamin C treats. This is just miscellaneous stuff in this jar, hairbrush, nail clipper zip ties. These are some Vita drops that I used to put in their water, but I no longer use because you shouldn't actually put things in guinea pig water. It'll discourage them from drinking it, but I still have them and don't know what to do with them, so they're just in there. And then this is their food. I feed them Oxbow adult guinea pig pellets. And then this is the trash can of hay, which as you can see, Peanut is enjoying right now. And then this is my dirty laundry bin. So this keeps the smell contained in that laundry basket. Since it has a top closed on, I don't have to worry about my room smelling like guinea pig laundry, and I don't have to rush to do the laundry after I clean the cage. And then I have another bed. I use this for lap time, and then some more blankets back there for their cage. And then here is the overall cage. As you can see, I am very pleased with it. I was able to fit a lot more of my hides in it, and I am just super happy with the way it came out. So starting on the right side, I basically have a similar setup to what it looked like when it was just one cage. And as you can see, Marshmallow is loving the hay piles. Unfortunately, the hay piles, I'm assuming, is what caused their eye ulcers, but it is super enriching for them to be able to like burrow in the hay. And so I'm still trying to decide if it is worth having piles of hay and the enrichment is worth them occasionally poking their eye and me having to treat it with ointment. Not entirely sure, but I do know that they love it so much and I would feel really bad taking it away. So for right now, the hay piles will be staying. And then I have one water bottle right here. I am planning to get a second one and add it on the opposite side of the cage now that I have enough room for 2 food stations. And here I have 1 food bowl. And then I have this pea pad that I got off the seller on Etsy, who I will link down below. They like to stand in this corner right here and eat the hay from there, so a lot of pea ends up there, so I have that pea pad. Then this is one of their favorite houses. It is a Night Angel house off Amazon. I mentioned it in my top 10 guinea pig products video, which I will link above if anyone is interested in watching. And then this is one of the homemade toys I made. I bought it from Petco, and then I stuffed the inside with hay, so they really enjoy this. And then this house is absolutely adorable. I bought it off of Amazon, and as you can see, Peanut is having a great time in there. They both really like this house. When I originally bought it, I was a little worried because it was too big to really fit in one Midwest cage, but now that I have 2, I think it fits perfectly, and there was enough space for them to run around both sides. And then moving on to the second half of the cage, I have this little bamboo chew here that they have pretty much finished. Some like applewood sticks, I think is what these are. This bendable bridge, which I think is from Petco. And then I have this PVC tube, which is not something I've seen in a lot of guinea pig cages, but I think that they are a super good addition if you're looking for an easy and cheap hide. I'm going to guess that the diameter of this is about 4 inches. I cannot be sure though. And this is super easy to clean. I just rinse it with hot water, scrub the bottom, and they love to lay in there. I think it's probably a cooler spot in the cage, especially during the summer. Marshmallow is always laying straight in the middle of the tube with her little butt hanging out, and she thinks she's all the way in, but she usually never is. And then I have another little hay toy. Sometimes I stuff their herb mix inside of these, but as you can see, this one is pretty much falling apart. They've pretty much destroyed this. And then I have this adorable little tent house that I also bought off Etsy. I will link the seller below. She normally makes houses for rats, but she made a slightly larger one for my guinea pigs, and I think it is so cute. And it's a bit on the smaller side compared to this one, but that does make it more snug, and that way they can more easily fit in it and enjoy it. And then here is my second food bowl, and this is where I plan to place my second water bottle when I purchase one. And then here is another toy. I got this from Petco. I did a little haul video. I will link that up above if anyone is interested. And then finally, here is my fleece forest. I've had this for a while. It's definitely one of their favorite things. I got it from the same seller that makes these pea pads, and they love to run through that. So yeah, there is the entire cage. Honestly, it is ginormous. It takes up a lot of space, but having it long instead of like an L shape or anything else really, I think, just makes it more compact because I'm able to fit everything right underneath it. And then I also have my little signs here, Peanut and Marshmallow, and this little ornament my mom got me that looks just like them. And then over on the other side, I have my little broom to help scoop the hay that is constantly falling out. So yeah, there is the final cage. I'm super happy with it, and I think it looks fantastic. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed watching me expand my Midwest cage. It is now literally huge, 16 square feet. That is big enough, I believe, for up to 4 guinea pigs, and I only have 2. Maybe I will get more in the future. I don't know, but I just thought that you guys would enjoy seeing my journey, and maybe this will encourage you to find a creative way or do some rearranging in order to expand your guinea pig cage. If you liked this video, feel free to leave it a like and subscribe to see more guinea pig content just like this. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!